Hi everybody, it's another week, so we're going to do another update on Summoners Fest, the Realm event. Yeah, it has been a week since we last talked about where we're currently up to with this particular game mode. Everything is relevant as of 10:30 p.m. on the 25th of July here in the UK lands. That is, and going with, of course, the totals at this particular point as well. Let's face it, Super Daily at the moment is the easiest thing to get done most consistently, with the final part obviously getting you 465 points per time that you're doing it. Second to that, I think, could be your objectives for Battlegrounds, but they come thick and fast. Like, I'm up to date on these. Well, kind of. Not really. I've got to do these set here, but like I'm keeping up with these. I do think that I might have missed one set of Battlegrounds objectives, and I may have missed a daily, but I just don't know. There's other things that I've got to do at this moment in time, like I'm not in Vibranium 1 at the moment, and I'm still waiting. I don't know what's that. Like, we're trying to do stuff in Nightmare Battlegrounds at the moment. Nightmare AQ raids. You see what's happened. Like, I'm tired and I'm scuffed at the moment with this, but there's definite information around how many points we're currently up to, bonus points that are coming, and where we're currently likely to hit. Okay, so let's get into the video. It's separated into 3 parts. Notes are in the description, and we've got it's not pinned comments, it's the time codes for those different segments. So let's just quite quickly go back to where I'm up to. As I apologize to everybody for not kind of doing something that's kind of you can follow based on where you're at, but the difficulty I am finding is trying to map out stuff that's specific to every single player. It's just not going to work out. But what I can do at least say is, this is where I'm at, this is what I'm missing, and then you can just go, well, I'm missing that, but Rich has that. I've yet to do that, but Rich has done that. Rich hasn't done that, but I have done that. As of a couple of days ago, or a few days ago, 118k seemed to be where free-to-play was up to. Now, that has changed and will continue changing. We are still none the wiser on how many extra points we are going to get in August. So that's another thing. There's still points that we haven't kind of like stipulated on, like live stream drops. That's another topic. That's for part 2. So yeah, I've still got a lot of things still to do, and potentially 6 estimated Battlegrounds objectives, but Kabam never confirmed whether or not you would be able to, it'd be running in off season, because if it's running in off season, you still got to be proactive in Battlegrounds, and it won't be 13 estimated per season. It will be extended in that particular amount. So there's still a lot of stuff we don't know. We don't know. If you're thinking that you're rationalizing it like, well, I know, you don't. I don't. Kabam do, but they're not telling us. So another week, another week, none the wiser. We may learn more information. Kabam may put a live stream out on Wednesday of next week, or it will be at the end of the week. Or, I don't know, maybe they won't. That's the big question. With 12 days still yet to go with the event, that's, it was 2 weeks. Kabam live stream at the end of the week? Yeah, it'll be at the end of the week. Why do I think it could be in July? Well, Kabam said it would be a July live stream, and maybe that's kind of like what we need to kind of go into the part 2 of this video about. Like, what do we know we can farm? So I've estimated about, without knowing concrete volume of August meta objectives, August solo objectives, and the Battlegrounds elements, and whatever other thing Kabam might come up with, 139,000 extra points to farm. If I kind of marry that in with how much I've got at the moment, there's still a deficit. There's a deficit of, 100 and... well, let's just say like 100 and... maybe it's 230, 140... yeah, like 60k at the moment, maybe about 60k I'm running in a kind of deficit on of where, maybe a little bit less than that, but let's just go with that because we don't know. We don't know on volumes. But what we do know is Kabam gave the indication there'll be 300,000 points that you could potentially get. That's a fact. That's what Kabam Crash said. But and again, another question is we don't know how much of that was spending orientated. Was 11K of the 300K spending orientated to get? Was it over 300,000? We don't know. So we wait with bated breath until Kabam can give us some further information. But I'm still working with a potential 60K loss against the 300K that Kabam said that they could potentially put out. And is that free to play 300K or not 300K? Kind of like spend and get. Anyway, let's go to part 2. So part 2 is the missing amount of points from things like the Twitch drops. Kabam had it so that it was coded. If you remember the story, if you were late claiming your Twitch drops, you were able to get the points, the Summoners Fest points, for what was tipped as a July live stream. Now, where the time is working out is either Kabam have got to do their live stream on, I think it's the 30th of July, if they do it. Yeah, 30th of July. And if they don't, it will be the 1st of August. But that doesn't sit right. Well, when the dates roll out, unless Kabam are then doing a live stream on the 22nd or 29th of August for that, probably the 29th of August. So that again creates a bit of a problem as well. Okay. But we are going to get some compensation for that. There's a Twitch drop points for folks who claimed before the realm start will be added later in the realm event. So we'll see that later on. We've said that in a few different threads, but not a central place. So hopefully that gets resolved for that. Other bonus points, again, don't know. Is there going to be a higher volume of objectives in August that you can get more points from? Is it going to be a surprise thing? Is there going to be another spending opportunity on the web store? Which again, that could be a very kind of like a big possibility, because if you go to in the offers again, they're going to be still there. Yeah, Summoners Fest points still there. So is it going to be another spending deal? And this question and remains from like last time and now. What the heck is a rank? Like, how do you achieve a rank? We're all going to achieve a certain amount. What is going to be tipping those as spenders away? Is there something that non-spenders can access for this? Again, unknowns, don't know. Kabam, need answers. Why no answers? How long do we have to wait to get an answer on additional points, the impact on rank, and is there any point? And the bonus compensation for the points. But let's go on to part 3 now. And where are we up to? The point of recording this video, we're up to 14,761,566,505. All sums that I'm doing is going to be based on a 14,622. It's in the description, right? My write-up's in the description about how this is done, and it's just because I need to record this on Friday. Otherwise, I'm not going to release any content over the weekend. Sadly, but then that's my life at the moment. I'm just busy. Oh, and I'm seeing Fantastic Four, which I am looking forward to. That's probably the thing that's I'm positive, but like so happy and looking forward to. Anyway, we are based on this, we are tracking 812 million points a day. Just over, okay? 812 points daily. So in theory, we could hit 52 billion. No, we can't. And no, we won't. We will likely hit around 38 billion, or what I think is anything between 32 billion and 38 billion. With the compensation yet to come in, well, and whether that's an extra amount or not. So it could be like, look at it from this perspective. If 300,000 people get 2,500 summoners points as compensation just off the bat, that's great for totals. But again, you have to look at it from a perspective of we had a good chunk of free compensation already sent out to players. That 10K that Kabam gave out elevated us massively up this milestone ladder. So it doesn't necessarily mean we're actually going to hit it. Spenders might have helped out a little bit with kind of climbing us up, but we're currently at the milestone for 37, which is about 135,000. Of course, you've got to hit that. I'm way off that at the moment. I don't think it's going to be until next month. Maybe at the end of the next kind of like Nightmare Road, that Nightmare Roads. Yeah, okay. Cody Rhodes. Nightmare Roads family. Well, anyway, moving. I'm so scuffed now. I need to kind of finish this video, and then I'm going to go to bed after I've uploaded these videos. Yeah, so I'm going to hit about 30. We'll definitely hit at this stage. It looks confident that we'll hit about 32 billion marker. We're not even halfway through. We're already up halfway at the milestones, aren't we? Yeah, we'll do it. It just depends on how far we end up kind of going. It'd be nice to say we hit 38 billion, and there's a good chance we could. But it depends on the last amount of summoners points. This last 100 and... Where is this last 240k? You know, like we know where 139,000 is, 140,000, whatever thousand. But it's an extra 60k. Where the heck is it? And that's what we need clarifications on. Anyway, that's the video done for now. Thank you very much for watching. What are your thoughts on hitting Summoners Fest? We'll see you next week for an update on this situation and see where and what new information is given out. But yeah, weekly update on Summoners Fest Realm event. Bye-bye for now.